call this meeting to order. This meeting of the Town of Auburn School Committee is being conducted in person and is being recorded by the Auburn Cable Television. All are welcome to join us in person here at 5 West Street. All supporting materials that have been provided to members of this body is available on the town's website. The public is encouraged to follow along using the posted agenda. Thank you. Can we all please rise for the pledge?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Our vision. The vision of the Auburn Public Schools is to educate and prepare students for the opportunities and challenges of a changing world. Our commitment. We will create, maintain, and support an environment that fosters a sense of belonging for all students in our schools, respecting race, color, sex, religion, national origin, sexual orientation, gender identity, homelessness, poverty, spoken language, and ability.
All right. Should we move on to special recognitions?
Thank you, Madam Chair. So we have several this evening. On Friday, May 22nd, the Chamber Choir and Concert Band participated in the Great East Festival at the Mass Mutual Center in Springfield. The Chamber Choir received a gold medal, and the concert band received a platinum medal, and we're very proud of our students, and there is a photo in your packet of all those who participated, and they just look very happy. So we're proud of them.
That's great.
As well, on Wednesday, May 27th, Jack Crossman and Ryan Reel earned gold medals at the Unified State Track Meet. Alex Qatar earned a silver, and Mueed Malik, Lucas Banfield, Anthony Crossman, and Carly Causey all earned bronze. So nicely done to them. If anybody went to the school day games, that was also a fabulous day here in the Auburn Public Schools. I do have some sad news to report. Kim Riley, a longtime ABA with the Auburn Public Schools, passed away on Friday, May 29th, after a fierce battle with cancer. Kim began her career in the Auburn Public Schools in 2008 as an IA at Packagug. After 2 years as an IA, she became an AEA and supported students at Packagug, Bryn Mawr, Auburn High School, and finally retired from Auburn Middle School in June of 2024. Kim adored her students and continued to work as a substitute for the Auburn Public Schools even while receiving treatment. Kim leaves many friends here in Auburn who will remember her positive attitude, her strength, her friendship, and her commitment to the students with whom she worked. If we could have just take a moment of silence in memory of Kim. Thank you.
And before we move on, I know you don't like being the center of attention, but we do have one more special recognition. It's truly an honor to recognize and celebrate a remarkable career dedicated to education, leadership, and service. Throughout her years in the Auburn Public Schools, Dr. Chamberlain has worn many hats: building principal, assistant superintendent, and ultimately superintendent. Few people have the unique perspective of having served in our district in many capacities, and even fewer have done so with such great dedication, integrity, and commitment to that she has demonstrated every step of the way. Her leadership has touched the lives of countless students, families, faculty, and staff. In fact, at graduation, she had to excuse herself so she could go see a graduating senior who you had at elementary school in Bryn Mawr. On behalf of the Auburn School Committee and the entire Auburn community, thank you for your years of dedication, your steady leadership, and unwavering commitment to our students and our schools. We wish you happiness, good health, and many exciting adventures in the next chapter of your life. Congratulations on a well-earned retirement.
Thank you very much.
Madam Chair, I'm going to step over to the podium if I may.
No, you may not.
I ask permission from Madam Chair. Beth, I don't know if you've noticed, but I've been avoiding you for the past couple of days because I know that you do not want this public recognition, but it's not about you. It's about us celebrating you. So a few of us would also like to offer our recognition of Dr. Chamberlain. Tonight, of course, is a bittersweet occasion as we mark her final days at the helm of our schools and her last school committee meeting. And I don't know why I'm nervous, but working alongside her, we have seen firsthand the tireless dedication and passion she brings to our schools each and every day. Dr. Chamberlain has navigated complex challenges with grace and always kept our community moving forward. She keeps her hands firmly on the wheel, regardless of the obstacles that she encounters. And, as you'll see in one of the clips that Carrie LeBreton put together in the slide deck, when Dr. Chamberlain is driving a mission forward, obstacles either get on board or get out of the way.
Oh, this is awful. Especially Carrie. Oh.
I was getting an email.
Oh, that's sweet. Thank you. That's so nice.
So Beth, thank you so much for all of your guidance, leadership, and each of the schools has a little something for you. And I'll start with the preschool. Tucked it back here so nobody would see it. This is a little gift from all of the students and the staff at the preschool.
That's awesome.
That's wicked cute.
Oh, thank you. Lovely.
That's so cute.
From Bryn Mawr, we have some advice for a happy retirement from our kindergartners.
Oh, well, this will be lovely reading.
You want a couple of the funny ones. There are some really great ones in there.
Well, I like the quote on here, that frost my cupcakes.
Jog also is
Oh.
which is lots of advice in there as well.
Thank
In
you.
case you didn't have any ideas what to do.
I had some ideas from them at community reading day, so I'm sure these are gonna be great. Thank you. So nice.
They all told me I couldn't say anything, but Dr. Chamberlain, Beth, on behalf of Swiss, we want to wish you a fantastic retirement filled with laughter that doesn't get interrupted by texts, phone calls, or do you have a minute visits, which are never a minute, but that you're allowed the time to finally breathe and enjoy all the moments you've earned. It's been 16 years, 15 for me, of shared memories, laughter, a few tears when things got heavy, and those unforgettable, nobody would believe this one, or this is a first, moments that still make us shake our head and smile. Know that you're leaving behind more than memories, you're leaving an imprint. As an Auburn Rocket, you always have reminded us to aim high, lift others, and to keep us moving forward, even when things get, in your words, wonky. On behalf of Swanson, and me personally, and Jessica, you will always be a Swiss rocket, part of our heart, and forever imprinted into the Swiss and Auburn school community. Happy retirement.
Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. Okay.
On behalf of Auburn Middle School, our 8th grade art class made you this beautiful vase.
Oh, it is beautiful. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, what a lovely thing to remember.
One more.
Geese. On behalf of your friends at Auburn High School,
Oh,
our art classes designed this pretty card.
beautiful.
We have many of your friends.
Oh, lovely. Thank you. Thank you, Dan. Thank you all so much.
You want to give our
Oh,
So tonight, the leadership team as a whole, and they told me I couldn't talk much, but would like to honor each of your 16 years of leadership with 16 calla lilies, your favorite flower, as a symbol of our gratitude, respect, and appreciation for all you've given to the Auburn Public Schools. And while no bouquet could ever fully reflect your impact, we hope these flowers together serve as a reminder of the countless lives you've touched over the past 16 years. We love you most sincerely, your leadership team.
Oh, so there was a theme with the vase.
I'm a crier. You and I will just be like falling over here. I cry.
thank you, everyone. Beautiful.
Nice job. That's why you're there.
kids, can we get a picture of you guys with Dr. Chamberlain real quick?
Oh, yeah. She's, yeah. That's why they put tissues here for me. They put tissues here for me.
Pretty much.
Awesome. I'm like, awesome. Oh,
I was about to say something nice, but now
Take the lily back.
I'm going to make sure I call you every time.
Yeah.
look at how beautiful that is.
It's so cute. I think we could get a picture with the leadership team and the kids. I know you just sat down, but
Here, give me a phone and I'll do it.
Step to the side.
You gotta take a picture. Okay. We're getting out, right?
Steph has it.
Wherever you guys can all fit. I will take all of the cameras.
Kids, can we get the kids up here too? If they don't mind?
Do you want the flowers though?
Mr. Lizzie.
How are you, Kristen? That's a good spot for you, bud.
You want to be in the picture?
Shut the whole system down.
Get this little one.
We're just gonna look this way, we're gonna take a bunch, everybody smile.
So cute.
Thank you. I did a bunch.
That was awesome.
You got lots of people here today, my friend.
But I just wanna say thank you to everybody.
Oh, they think they're all leaving.
It's
Not a budget meeting? Oh.
Being in Auburn has been the best part of my career, and it's because of people like you. It's because of our families, and certainly because of our kids. And I hope what I've shown is that I care for people, I care for kids. I've always wanted what was best for kids, and tried to make my decisions that way. And likewise, I've tried to make decisions that support all of you, and all the people in our buildings, the teachers, the staff, the custodians, everybody. It's really a mixed feeling to leave, when you have some great people around you, and I will miss all of you. But I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to miss chasing geese out of You're having a field day that day, and I was not gonna have goose poop everywhere. That was about 6 o'clock in the morning. Ryan Kennedy then pulled on the field and he was like, "What are you doing?" I won't miss calling the snow days. We'll all live very fondly in my heart because Auburn's just been the best place that I could have ever landed to be with all of you. So thank you all very, very much. Oh, enjoy the beautiful
And Dr. Chamberlain, we do have one more from all of us, from the school committee, so we'll pass that down.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Thank you very much. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks for
That
coming.
was lovely.
Because that one's gonna send her over the edge.
Yeah, that one might send you over the edge. So.
Yeah.
It's done. And we just have one more. I'm just kidding.
Okay, okay. Okay, so moving on, we also wanted to recognize our Auburn Municipal Scholarship recipient. This year was Briella Nelson. She'll be attending the University of Edinburgh in the fall to study international relations and sustainable development. That municipal scholarship is due to the generosity of Auburn taxpayers. It's derived from donations made by Auburn residents on their quarterly real estate tax, and all funds go directly to Auburn graduates who meet the criteria established by the committee. Residents are encouraged to consider making a contribution via an upcoming tax bill, but it's a committee that I sit on, and it's amazing to see the applicants and what they bring forward. And likewise, we're always thankful to the Auburn Chamber of Commerce, who gave a number of scholarships in the amount of $1,500 to a number of students listed here: Stella Brady, Liam Doyle, Emily Giarliardo, Briella Nelson, Colin Nguyen, Isabella Roofley, Naomi DeRost, and Cameron Farron. So again, if you attended or saw graduation, our kids got a ton of scholarship money, which is just amazing. So yeah, lots of good news. Lots of good news.
Great. All right. I'd like to entertain a motion to approve the minutes of 5/20/26.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from 5/20/26.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right. Student representatives report.
All right. So graduation has happened, and we are very sad to see the seniors leave, but we are all very, very proud of them. The 8th graders will be coming to the high school tomorrow for Step Up Day to see what the high school is like. Junior Spree Day is this Friday, June 5th. All the juniors are so excited, and we just got our senior t-shirts, and it's a little bit sad, but we're very excited. Class elections are coming up to all people, including me, running, and all people running are very anxious, but very excited to support the class and vouch for why they are the right choice. MCAS has wrapped up. All freshmen and sophomores are so excited that it's over. And one last time, we would like to say thank you and goodbye to Dr. Chamberlain for all that you've done, and we are going to miss you very, very, very much.
Sweet. Thank you so much.
Of course.
These are the moments I'm going to miss too. That's for sure. Thank you.
Of course.
Superintendent's report.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So this evening for Student Spotlight, we have some folks here from Bryn Mawr. So I'm going to let them introduce themselves and we'll hear about buddy classrooms.
All right. So come on up here, my friends. So today we have with us kindergarten teacher Kristen Sandberg and second grade teacher Mrs. Eileen Tarini. And we have 4 student representatives from us. From second graders, we have Miss, Andy Meadows. We have Bryce Darwell. And from kindergarten, we have Mason Fleming and Piper Clark. All right, friends, I'm going to turn it over to you now. I'm just going to press the PowerPoint.
Okay.
Okay?
Fabulous.
All right. They have colors, so they know.
Yeah, they have colors so we don't get Okay. I would rather teach to speak to 100 kids than any adults. So we also have cards. So this year, each classroom at Bryn Mawr had a buddy classroom in a different grade level. Mrs. Sandberg's kindergarten class was paired with me, with our second grade class. And we're here to share some pictures and from each of our buddy classroom events throughout the school year. Not everybody did the same thing, so it's kind of exciting.
The idea of buddy classrooms came from an idea from our school improvement teams last year. It was fun to develop relationships with classrooms in different grade levels.
In September, it was the first time we met our buddy classroom. We had a restorative circle where we practiced saying hello and getting to know each other. Start with hello reminded us that if we see someone alone, we reach out and say hello. We did some different rounds, learning names, making connections about a fun fact about ourselves, dance into a hello song, doing a silly motion that our new friends and classmates did, and a friendship vibration chain to end. We use a talking piece and take turns. We sat in a circle and named everyone's name.
Oh, that's me. Okay. Green. These pictures are from our classroom. Each buddy classroom met for each activity, but we will share some pictures from just a few each time because we'd be here forever.
These are pictures from Mrs. Connor and Mrs. Dagnall's classes and Mrs. Shanice and Mrs. Rourke's classes.
In October, each class read a fall-themed story and did a craft project. We listened to a scarecrow book and made paper big bag scarecrow.
Okay. I swear you gave this one to me on purpose because I have to say the name. Mrs. Anderson and Mrs. Harkowitz's class read The Grumpy Pumpkin and made feelings pumpkins. Mrs. Johnson and Mrs. Johnson's classes read The Leaf Thief and then they made a leaf squirrel pictures.
In December, we got together for a winter activity. We made snowflakes with coffee filters and decorated them with markers. It was fun.
Thank you. Mrs. Rourke and Mrs. Schofield's classes also learned how to cut snowflakes and to create patterns. Miss Dupuy, who is subbing for Mrs. Anderson, and Mrs. Harakowitz's class got together and did a snow sensory activity and created a glitter-themed seasonal seasonal project.
In January and February, we did activities together that spread kindness throughout the school for the Great Kindness Challenge. We made cards for firefighters.
Mrs. Connor and Mrs. Degnall and the Johnsons, kindergarten and first grade, made a kindness quilt and read the kindness quilt story. Mrs. Shanice and Mrs. Rook class made Valentines to be delivered to the residents at Eddie Pond.
In March, we did a lot of fun rocket-themed activities to learn about Robert Goddard. We made straw rockets and blasted them off. We colored our rockets and cut them out. We taped the straw on. They had a pipette to add pressure to allow them to launch. They blasted in the air and we brought them home.
You can see pictures of classrooms working featuring our classrooms, Mrs. Schofield and Mrs. Rourke, and the Johnson Partnership.
This is our rocket launch.
In April, we got together to use some STEM bins. We got to build with materials and create. We wanted you. We created what we wanted. You can see Leonidas and I building a ramp of tanks. My favorite was the good egg craft.
We received the STEM bins from the grant from the Chamber of Commerce this year. The picture features the hands-on fun that our classrooms, Mrs. Connor, Mrs. Degnall's class, Mrs. Shanice, and Mrs. Cosio's class.
I spy your little friend.
It said it, but I didn't say it.
At the end of the year, classes have choices and will pick different things to do. We are going to share our books we created and read them to our kindergarten buddies. I'm a reader too now.
We will also buddy up with another buddy classroom group and go all out for recess the last week of school to spread the friendship.
At the end of the year, we will have a choice activity. Each team will decide what they want to do. Thank you.
That's great.
Does anybody have any questions for our friends? Or we
Through the chair. It's like a make comment. So my daughter goes to Bryn Mawr in kindergarten and she comes home and she loves this activity all year. I hear all about her buddies. So I think it's fantastic. Thank you for what you guys have done.
What was you guys' favorite activity?
Did you have a
Anyone
favorite?
have a favorite?
Say it again.
You want to say it out loud?
Can I hear? The rocket.
The rockets.
Oh, that's cool.
What was your favorite, Mace? The big egg. The STEM bins. Bryce, what was your favorite?
Tough choice.
Were they all your favorite?
The STEM bins.
The STEM bins, too. How about you, Andy? You don't. She liked them all. All right, you friends. Thank you to everybody that's here. You guys want to come up and like shake our school committee members' hands or give them a high five, and families. Thank you
guys.
so much for coming.
Yeah, come on. Give us a high five. I said, thank you so much for coming.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. Awesome. Nice job. Good job. Great job. Great to see you. Great job. Great job. Thank you for coming.
Get it.
Awesome. Yeah. Great job. Thanks, everyone. Thank you, families. Thanks for coming. Okay. Yes, thank you.
Day one was Bianca's day one.
Oh.
Here at the end is fantastic.
Oh, thank you. I can't believe, right?
All right, we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Thank you.
All right, do we have anyone here for citizens' comments? Okay. Per school committee policy. I'm just going to wait for them to. Sure. Yeah, if you could share.
Yeah.
All right, per school committee policy BEDH, speakers will be allowed up to 3 minutes to present their material and must begin their comments by stating their name and town precinct. The public comment section shall not exceed 15 minutes, and all speakers are encouraged to present their comments in a respectful manner. Topics for discussion should be limited to those items within the school committee's scope of authority, review, and approval in the district's school budget, the performance of the superintendent, and policies of the district. Ms. Parker, can you just make sure that we have the time going?
Yep.
Thank you.
And
All right, go ahead.
Good evening. My name is Eric Richards. I think I am in precinct 4 today. Congratulations to Madam Chair, Madam Vice Chair on your promotions. Dr. Chamberlain on your retirement. My family wishes you the best in your journey, whatever comes next. It was a pleasure to work with you and to interact with you. You genuinely care for the children. Tonight, I'm here to comment about an item that's looming on the horizon. I would suggest that you start to take steps and investigate for the fall. There is an oil supply crisis. I'm not going to make doom and gloom predictions because those aren't fact-based. There is definitively a probabilistic and provable supply shortage. What does that mean to the school? School buses run on diesel. Diesel is probably going to be among the front runner of shortages. You negotiated a 10% increased transportation contract in 2022. It should have been 5, but municipal negotiation. You're going to need buses to run. It's going to be hard to run when your supplier comes to you with a double or a triple bill, or they tell you supply is unavailable at any price. Some of your schools are heated by oil. I would suggest that you review your contracts. Force majeure, under what circumstances your deliveries are guaranteed or not, etc. Second, April 8th, this body voted to reallocate student fund balances, interest, and other accounts against your own policy, JJF. Recommend at the next meeting you revisit that vote and decide whether it was or was not against your own policy. I know you know your policies because you just read one to me, and you've been reviewing them for the last 6 months. Among that one, 3 times. Next, I request, because as your former chair put, the finances of this district and the financial controls and management are a dumpster fire, and there are not just one variance persisting for a decade in 6 figures. There's not one 5-figure variance persisting for more than a decade. Last school committee meeting, you voted to, and congratulated the business manager, when there was variances and accounting discrepancies around the DESE yearly audit for $2.1 million. If you take the under and overage reporting...
30 seconds.
Great. It adds up to $1.4 million. At your next meeting, I'd like to request that you vote to invite DESE in to give Dr. Skaza the gift of clean books. Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Have a great night. All right, unfinished business.
Citizens.
Citizens. Oh, I'm sorry, Dr. Skaza.
This thing on?
You have 3 minutes.
All right, got it. Tough act to follow. I just have a quick comment. As a citizen, RJ Skaza, 11 Church Street in Auburn. I'm not sure what ward I represent, but I am here to just comment on Dr. Chamberlain.
I wanted to take a moment to publicly thank Dr. Chamberlain for her guidance, support, and advice as I have begun to transition into the Auburn superintendency. She has been kind, insightful, and encouraging. Once mentioning to me that if I got cold feet, she would come hunt me down. Seemed to mean it. But seriously, all of the attention that she has given to my transition while she has also managed her own has been very much appreciated. With that being said, Dr. Chamberlain, I wish you a very fulfilling, relaxing, and rewarding retirement after completing a remarkable career in education. And I promise not to interrupt it by calling you with any additional questions. Well, maybe not for the first week of your retirement.
That's very kind of you. Thank you so much. That's really, really nice of you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I was going to say, don't make any promises you can't keep by not calling her. Careful with that one.
All right. Is there anybody else who has anything to say for Dr. Chamberlain? No. All right. Unfinished business.
Okay, Madam Chair, the first item is, as we normally do, we're sharing the FY26 Southern Worcester County Educational Collaborative third quarter report. This is an organization that we use frequently when we have students who need to be educated outside of our buildings, and it is information only. They run a wonderful program and have been a terrific resource to us. So again, just sharing that for information. Oh, yeah. Can we?
Yes. Oh, sure. Teaching and we're going to skip down to teaching and learning. Dr. Lopez and Mrs. Beverly had a busy day. Let's finish it for them.
This is when you come up. Yes. Yes.
And Mrs. Carlson. I'm sorry, I didn't see you in the corner.
All right. So I just wanted to update the committee. We wanted to update the committee on the work that we've been doing throughout the school year. So we've launched at the beginning of the school year a K-5 report card committee. So I want to thank, I won't read all the names, but I want to thank all the people who have been intimately involved over the course of the year in looking at our report cards. We sent a survey out to families as well as to teachers, reviewed the feedback that we got on our current report cards, and also reviewed samples from across Massachusetts to look at what is out there in terms of how we communicate information to families, as well as how teachers are communicating that. We looked at the grading criteria that we're currently using, as well as performance expectations. While looking at our report cards, we evaluated our current standards, asking ultimately, are these standards aligned with our DESE curriculum, with the DESE curriculum frameworks? Are they clear and specific? Are some of these standards in our report cards redundant? Is the organization and the sequence logical? And also, do what's in there reflect school-wide behavioral values and expectations? We then compared that to some of the models that we looked at from across the state, some of the things that kind of stood out to us from other report cards from K-5 schools. So I don't know, do you guys want to chime in at all? Anything that you want to jump in and say? Okay, thanks. So basically what I want to share with you tonight is some of the recommendations that have come so far. This is work that's continuing and ongoing. We're going to continue into next year looking at this. And I'll share at the end of this kind of what those next steps are. But some of the things that we felt like were unnecessary, as you can see on the screen, on the left-hand side, we had standard numbers. Didn't really feel like, and the feedback that we got from families, from teachers that we had conversations about was this wasn't really all that beneficial or valuable to families as they're looking at it, and just kind of clogged up the report card. So we're moving that left column that has standard numbers. If you look at our current report card, you'll see that English language arts, for instance, has a laundry list of standards under which a student is evaluated. And so in here, we're looking at, and the recommendations that we're making moving forward is we kind of break up those, we break up those standards into different subheadings. So English language arts, I'd be able to look at and see how a student's performing at writing, which may be very different than how a student's doing in reading foundational skills, reading literature, etc. And the same is true of mathematics. So we can kind of pinpoint where a student is finding success as well as maybe struggling. We also talked about reframing behavioral expectations. So in the current report card, I believe it says behavior, correct?
It says key standards.
Key standards, yeah.
Standards.
So one of the things looking at both the standards as well as how we communicate that is looking at the language, calling it behavior that supports learning at grades 3 through 5, student responsibilities. And then the last recommendation that we're making as we begin next year is to reorder the standards. So we've had new textbooks that have come in over the past several years. So Wonders has an update. We're using iReady at the K-8 level this year for the first year. And then also Empowering Writer. So making sure that those standards reflect the order in which we go throughout the year. So those are the recommendations. Next steps really are continued committee work. We haven't gotten anywhere near where we want to get. We've done a lot of work, but there's a lot more to do. Communicating with families when we return to school about what the new report card will look like and how it's different, and how we'll still communicate the information, the important information, but will look slightly different. And then, of course, returning to school committee in the fall so you can see the reformatted report card. We've worked, the three of them have worked a lot with Randy, our data person, to have us look at different samples of the report card. Because of the timing of the year, we can't do anything in PowerSchool just yet. So we've just been able to look at kind of samples of that. So that's why in the fall, that's something that once kind of we transition from the current school year to the next one, we'll have an opportunity to share some of that information with you.
So the report cards will be the same next year. It'll be the following year.
The goal is for it to be rolled out during the 2026-2027 school year.
Oh, great. Okay.
So it'll be ready to roll out at this particular point. Like our standards and our information are ready to go. We just need Randy to do Empower School to be able to build it on our behalf. But she
Sounds
can't
great.
do that until this current trimester and grades are done with our students.
Okay.
So we got to give her time to be able to work her magic.
Makes sense. Perfect.
And so chair will see that in the fall.
Yes. So we'll be back early in the fall to share that information with all of you, to get feedback and share it with with parents, so that they are familiar with what the changes that are coming forth. But I would say there's no significant changes. I think I think it's cleaner. Of course, that's our opinion, but I think it's cleaner on the user end as well as the receiver end.
Through the chair, I have a question. Is this going to be able to be viewed on a cell phone, or are the grades still going to be not able to be viewed on a cell phone?
So right now, Power School itself is not really a mobile friendly app. So to be able to view it, it's better to view it from like a laptop or a computer versus there. It's just the
It's
system that
disabled
we have.
on a cell phone. So if I log into PowerSchool, like www.powerschool, whatever,
Mhm.
when you go to log in, grades are disabled from your mobile device.
Through the chair, that's a PowerSchool thing. That's not a school.
I didn't know if it was like something you could like turn on and like give us a snapshot. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I know that like this trimester, they're currently shut off, but you should be able to go in and see like trimester 1 and trimester 2. And if not, we can definitely
You can't see it on a cell phone.
Well, we can work with you to figure that part out and some of those logistical, questions.
Yeah, I know that, and this was true in my last district too. The app, PowerSchool's app, is not well supported, and so I think you have to go with a mobile version. And there's some different settings that you have to do. But I don't think that. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it was through the chair. It was just a question because there are places around here that you get like ice cream and baseball cards for good grades, and it would be nice to just be able to have a screenshot of, I got an A or whatever the numbers are now. I can't keep up.
We can check with Eric Bouvier tomorrow, but I know even with returning student registration, I think there's a whole thing. I don't know that can you do that on the phone?
You can. I did it.
There
It's
are some
not
funky,
easy.
Yeah, like they
And it,
really
pushes
encourage
you back.
using
Yeah.
a different device. But I will certainly check with him because we have no reason to not turn it on if it's turn onable, right? Like we have no reason to not.
Yeah.
So I do think it's more of a platform issue than it is an our issue, but we'll check with him tomorrow.
Yeah, there was an email that went out when it rolled out saying, please log on to a computer to
Yep.
have full access. I remember that. But I just happened to be at a baseball card store and they're like, oh, do you have the recorder? I'm like, oh, I don't know. Oh, it's disabled.
Yeah.
Through the
Well,
chair.
But I know it's.
It was okay. I had a picture of the student of the month, so that got him a couple of freebies. So, you know.
The chair. I'm just again. It's more of a comment, but I've had no issue. I can see it on my cell phone. I mean, it's you have to scroll over. Same with the lunch menu, but I mean, I don't mind if it's more user friendly next year. Awesome, definitely
Yeah.
open to that. But also, if you open it as a file like Adobe too, it will enlarge as well. So.
And
But-
families can always ask for a printed copy.
Always. I think the app is great though.
Excellent.
I also have an Android phone, so I am like, I am not iPhone. I am Android, so I'm really, me personally. I know I have a few friends that were like, why can't we see this? I'm like, I don't know. It's new. We have to wait. So is usually the answer, because you got to roll it out and then fix the kink, right? So.
Anything else?
I was just going to add that we are able to see which families have viewed the report card and who have not. So I think in part of our discussion that we'll be having more in the fall will be how is it that we can promote more families to be able to view their child's report card.
There is an electronic signature that you can do for families too. Yeah. Great.
Great.
As part of our schools, we are able to see that.
Oh, excellent. That's great. Cool.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you. Everybody.
Thank you.
All right. Policy subcommittee.
That's me. Fun stuff. So as per our vote on 4/8, 2026, the policy subcommittee can review and make minor wording changes to policies. And then this is the list of the policies that have been worked on so far. And there are minor wording changes. These will not be brought before the committee to vote, but what we're going to do is we're going to put like reviewed and updated 2026. So I'm not going to go through all of them, but I did try to put up whatever changes. Some of the bigger change, like quote unquote bigger changes, like KBBA, the law references have changed. And like pursuant to law, we took out some things that weren't supposed to be in there anymore. Changed like system to district is the big one. Updating when MASC, KE was minor change to how a sentence was written. And then HA was change young people to students and added to the representatives. And that was the very minor changes. None of these changes change anything beyond just minor wording changes. So what I will do is I will also share this out to the committee members so they can look at those specifically. They are tabbed, so you'll have to like click over and find them. And then you can look at them. And if there's any of them that you are really concerned about, let Steph or I know and we can bring it up for a read if anyone's really concerned. But I made sure to read it over and just make sure, like a lot of it's like pupils to students, district to system to district, and commas, and a lot of comma mistakes.
Yeah.
Thank you for all your hard work.
There'll be more updates in the fall.
Yeah. Through the chair, the way that Sam was able to organize this is nothing short of a miracle. She's like, so this is what I was thinking, and I was like, that makes perfect sense. Yeah. And it's in order, and there's the click. So when she shares it out to you, it's absolutely user. If I can do it, anyone can do
And it is red marked, so I'll give you guys like till July 1st to like look at it. If there's any questions, then I'll take the red out and then we'll have like those updated policies.
Great.
So from this point forward, like pretty much all of K, all of L is done.
Beautiful.
And so just that's kind of like summer project.
Excellent. Thank you so much. All right, new business.
Excellent. So, Madam Chair, in your packet, I've given you just a brief summary on the updated Massachusetts graduation requirements. This is something that is coming down the road. I'm not actually sure when it's finally going to take effect, but I thought this was a good time to put it out to all of you and to the community. As you know, these graduation requirements primarily, this change, I should say, stems from not using MCAS as a graduation requirement anymore. And so on the page with the 3 boxes. You know, a rigorous program of study, which is primarily aligned with the Mass Core from what they're saying right now. I think the places, and also attached this is a letter from MASS that they wrote to DESE. There is a feeling that some of these things are going to require additional costs to districts to implement. And there's a feeling by MASS that that's not necessarily being addressed in these conversations about these requirements. It's more so on, this is what you want to do, and then this is what we want you to do, now figure it out. And there's a lot of concern about that. If you look in the hybrid assessment model, part of that is there are going to be these end of course assessments, seemingly. We're not sure which courses, that will be graded by DESE. Yet there's also a capstone or portfolio that's defined by the state, but designed, administered, and scored locally. So there are some questions about how that's going to play out. So I'm not here tonight to give you specifics about this, just a heads up that this is coming down the road. Likewise, preparing for what's next, to maintain an individual career and academic plan, to complete the FAFSA or the MAFSA, to develop knowledge and skills in financial literacy. This is one that lots of districts are wondering about. They don't necessarily have a course. Is it going to be a specific course? Do we have people qualified to teach this course? There are a lot of questions surrounding that as well. So I just wanted to put it to you so that down the road, when this becomes Dr. Scazzo's work, you will have heard about it, even though we have talked about this a little bit previously. But there is quite a bit of pushback from the Superintendent's Association related to the costs, that this is, looking at it as potentially another unfunded mandate. But I think the jury's still out on what it is actually required. So again, just for information. Did you have anything to add to that?
No, the only thing I would say is in that purple box, the MyCap, it's something that I think we've talked about here before. It's a great program that begins at the middle school to help prepare students for what's next in their career. And so we were able to send a guidance counselor from the middle school and the high school, and Mr. Carlson went to a professional development session where different schools presented what they are doing. And so they came back with several ideas, and we're meeting about that next week to see how we can be ready for it. Even if it's not a part of this mandate, we think it's just a good practice. And, I think we talked at the last meeting about the career fair that the middle school had. It's part of that whole process to get students ready for what's next.
Through the chair, can I just ask, so the foundation of learning, we've already kind of done that. We already have our program of study. The demonstration of mastery, would that be a separate option, or would that be on top of that?
That's on top of that.
Okay.
So that includes those end of course assessments.
Okay.
And again, they've not clearly delineated what courses they're going to consider that for. I think another question has to do with, much like the MCAS, when kids took the MCAS, we didn't get the results until months later.
Yeah.
And they're feeling like, well, if we're going to do this, so let's say somebody finishes a course in, it's the expediency of when we're going to get those results to see, is our teaching working? Does something have to change? How are our kids doing? So we don't want to go back down that hole of waiting for months and months, and now the kids have moved on, know. So lots of questions about that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Excuse me, through the chair, I just have a question. And I apologize. So they haven't started rolling this out yet?
No.
So could this change with midterm elections?
Yes.
Okay.
Everything can change. And even without that, things can change.
Mhm.
You'll find with the Department of Ed that they come to a realization at some point that something is either tenable or not tenable.
They're up for a re-election, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll see what happens.
Thank you for clarifying.
I do wonder if I see this letter, and I think it's great if something from school committee would be beneficial as well to send.
They are doing lots of listening tours to hear from people about this. Superintendents seem to be out of that loop a little bit.
Okay.
So, and I'm not sure why that is.
Yeah.
All right. Excellent. Well, thank you.
The next item, as we normally do this time of year, we set the school committee meeting dates for the upcoming year for 26-27. We have put these together. They very much mirror what we did this year. And the feeling being to get some on the books would be a good idea. And if Dr. Scazzo, when he joins you and you all, something needs to change, that can certainly change along the way, but at least it gives you a baseline to start from.
All right, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the school committee meeting dates as proposed by the superintendent.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Timing?
Thank you. Just sharing with you a little bit of a different timeline for special fall town meeting. In your packet, you'll see a timeline where the warrant for fall town meeting opens June 15th and closes August 12th, which is a whole new ball of wax for us, because normally we would bring any warrant articles to you in the fall. But later in the agenda, Mrs. Stanek will talk about, we scrambled to look to see what we were going to need for articles so that you could look at them at this meeting. They're just on really a couple of topics, so we can talk about that. But it is definitely a sped up process this year. So just a new ball of wax, new town manager, so things are changing a little bit. The next item is about our website. So we've had the same website for quite some time, and Mr. Bouvier, in doing some research, Parent Square also supports updated websites. And in looking into it, he realized that not only will it integrate with our communication system so that if a principal puts something out, they can with one click now post a link to it on the website as well. It's going to save us some money. And more importantly, it will be ADA compliant. So the website we have now, to make it ADA compliant, there are some new regulations coming out. It would be a tremendous amount of work. This is going to do that for us. They're doing most of the work for us. Eric's had to do some like crosswalk kind of things to connect them, certain pages and like an outline almost. But it should be up and good to go this summer. So I think that's going to be a huge improvement. And it's helping him to clean some things out. We had a lot of extra links and that kind of thing, so they're cleaning that up. And again, saving us a little bit of money on top of it and tying to Parent Square. Ms. Pulver, our Director of Food Services, does have a declaration for surplus materials. She's doing some work at the middle school and at Swanson Road to upgrade our cafeterias. In doing so, some of the tables at the middle school, just shape-wise, they take up more space than they need to and inhibit the flow of kids and the amount of space and kids that they can fit. Some of you may know sometimes they have tables out in their foyer during lunchtime. This is going to help that problem. And at Swanson Road, again, she's doing a redesign to help the flow of traffic with the kids, and has found that a number of the tables, so there was an issue with some places not being thoroughly cleaned. Well, they couldn't effectively move the tables because the tables were broken. So this will take that on. This is all going, the replacement of these tables will all go through her budget. And she will, through her budget. And she is going to see, along with Mr. Gregoire, to see if they can sell these tables to anybody or donate them before they completely discard them. So I think it's a good decision, and she has the funding to make those upgrades.
I'll entertain a motion.
I'll second.
I'll make a motion to declare surplus 13 oval, oh my God. Oval tables, 8 circle tables from Auburn Middle School cafeteria, and 48 half bench tables from Swanson Road Intermediate School cafeteria due to lack of functionality or due to disrepair. Allow the Director of Food Services to sell, discard, or donate the reference tables.
Take a second.
Do you want to
Oh,
do it? Do it.
Make a motion. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Great
Thank
job.
you.
We'll get there.
It's okay. Little different
right.
from ComCon.
Just a reminder that our grade 8 promotion ceremony will take place on Monday, June 22nd. The Supernovas team will take place at 8:30 and the Nebulas at 10. And it's a great event for anyone who can attend. And then likewise, like we do each year, the announcement of retirees. We have quite a long list this year. I won't read through all of them, but you'll see that their service to the Auburn Public Schools ranges from 34 years to 4 years. And added up is a lot of service to our kids and to our staff. And so we appreciate their service and we wish them all well as they embark on their next journey. And I think in the next spot, we do have some letters. Normally, we give letters for signature of the school committees to go to all the retiring staff members at the end of this year for appreciation for their service. So we would need an approval to sign those letters.
I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to thank the 2026 retirees for their many years of service and to sign and distribute the letters to retirees.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. As a reminder, already we are talking about the MASC-MASS Joint Conference that will this year will take place at the DoubleTree by Hilton Hotel, Boston, North Shore, and Danvers from November 4th to 6th. If any of the committee members are interested in attending, please contact Mandy and she will take care of the registration for you. The next item is to tag on. I have been working with Dr. Skaza. He's been very responsive and great to work with. We've met we went on March 11th and again on May 28th for our transition meetings. He will begin on July 1, 2026. And in the interim, he's already scheduled several transition meetings with leadership folks and such to get him up and ready to go. So, and we're getting things ready behind the scenes, passwords and computers and phones and all that stuff so that he'll be up and good to go when he gets here.
Thank you both for all that.
And you have the, yeah, go ahead. I think that's it for me.
Teaching and learning, I think we're all set with that.
Oh,
Just
yes.
said
College
that,
acceptance.
yeah.
Yeah, so also in your packet is the class of 2026 college university acceptances. It's an impressive list to which many students have been accepted. We also have 3 students who are enlisting in the United States Army.
Awesome.
That, I think, graduation, that is like one of the most amazing things that they do is have them stand up and have other people. It's just, it's wonderful. It's recognizing their service and I just really appreciate it. So good job to the committee who does graduation. They do a fabulous job.
For sure. And thank them for their service.
Yes.
All right, business and financial.
Right, so when a class graduates, they have to close out their account. And you had asked the class of 2025 for an update with their closure. So the class of 2025 had a verified account balance of $11,779.38. On the next page, you can see that they made $5,000 scholarships, $1,000 each to 5 different graduating seniors this year. And then they withdrew the remainder of their funds. That happens typically. They also transferred $500 to the class of 2029, and they did transfer and gave a gift to Model UN. So, and once that happened, and they withdrew the remaining funds of $5,894.32, this sub-account is officially closed. I provided a year-to-date budget report for the FY25 school year dated May 20th, 2026 for your review. We will be busy closing out the fiscal year, June 30th.
Any questions on that? Great.
Additionally, I provided you with the balances of our revolving accounts and other special funds. This is also dated May 20th, 2026. There were a couple that in the accounting system looked to be in the negative. However, there were deposits that had not been recorded at the time. So I did give you the actual balance after those deposits are put in. For instance, for the Auburn Middle School, and on the next page for music, the music revolving, or deposits there as well.
Those aren't on our end, right, Mrs. Stanek? Those are deposits once they get to the
We're
town.
waiting, yes, we're waiting for the deposits to be recorded through the town treasurer's office.
Okay.
That makes sense. Next, I have included a memo dated May 20th, 2026, requesting omnibus approval. As has been practiced, this approval allows me and the superintendent to work on closing out the FY26 appropriated budget and bring all completed transfers to the committee at a later meeting.
I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the granting of omnibus approval to the business manager in collaboration with the superintendent to make transfers through the close of FY 2026.
I'll second.
All right. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Next, as Dr. Chamberlain had spoken, the timeline for the fall town meeting has been pushed up. So, as you know, this is our last meeting, and the warrant closes on August 12th before our first meeting of the school year. So I've prepared the articles in consultation with Dr. Chamberlain and Mr. Gregoire. So before you, we have a few articles that I can explain to you. The first one being requesting $300,000 for the replacement of the all-purpose field at Auburn High School. If you look on the second page for fiscal year 2025, the capital plan, there is an asterisk at the bottom that talks about the $150,000, the down payment to be made, and with the remaining balance of approximately $300,000 to be paid from stabilization free cash or financed and paid in years FY 26 and 2027. In our investigation, this had not been brought forward to
An actual town meeting.
a town meeting
So it was
or
never
any
voted.
warrants.
It was
prior.
voted here.
Yeah.
But it was never voted at a town meeting, so therefore the money was never, it was never approved for us to use. And if I can just back up a little bit, but that all-purpose field, as you know, it's one of the most heavily used fields at the high school. And it is getting worn. It is not, there's not a significant specific damage to it. Even though at one end it's getting, I don't know if they get loose or we've had a consultant come in, he said we can get one more season out of it, but it has to be replaced. And so that gives us a little bit of a rush to try and find this money. So that request of $300,000, we did speak with the town manager and the town CFO as well. And they were in agreement that we could put this forward to request this funding. They're working now on their end. They understand that the need and usage of fields in the town is reaching a critical point, and they're trying to find ways to get more appropriate field usage for groups. And they understand that this is one of the most highly used, so it's important that if this were to go offline, it would have a ripple effect on a lot of things. So they were in support of that request.
The chair, is that the one right across from the entrance?
Yes.
Okay.
So those turf fields, they really shouldn't be having any folding chairs, any of that stuff on those, correct?
I don't believe so. And
Yeah.
it should only have water too, is typically what they ask for.
It's not
But
being followed.
The town manager has also asked us to put together like a replacement cycle that gets built into the CIP programming so that this doesn't happen again, that this type of thing gets overlooked and doesn't get approved. And then they'll know that it's coming. I will say that we have some site managers that are great at kind of keeping up on that, but it's like a waterfall, right? Like it's trying to hold back a fire hose sometimes.
Really, the organizations that are using that, they should be helping us in that, having coaches tell parents and those kinds of things.
that would be helpful.
Yes. Yeah.
So through the chair, you're saying any of our turf fields shouldn't have like a folding chair
Yeah.
on it? Is that what you're saying?
I don't think they're supposed to.
Okay.
I don't think that, even though I think maybe some, like, I think if it has like my mother used to have the old aluminum ones, you know, with like, that had a full band across.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I don't think those, but I think the ones that go in the bag with the four like kind of pointy legs, I think those can damage it.
Okay.
And things that aren't water can damage the underneath as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, yeah,
So it's just stuff for people who are watching could spread the word.
Yeah.
Coaches and whatnot.
And through the chair, there's not a site manager every single time somebody is utilizing our fields.
Right.
So
Like if it's a practice or,
if it's a
yeah, we
practice,
don't.
it's not, so.
Yeah. And just, Mrs. Stanek, if you'll jump down so that these all go together.
Yep. So I'm going to skip the second one in line. The next one is to see if the town will vote to amend Article 4 from the capital improvement budget from fiscal 27. That is also on one of your sheets as well. So we are asking to repurpose $150,000 from the Bryn Mawr building rehab for a parking lot that was actually completed by the DPW before.
Several years ago.
Several years ago, so that $150,000 is not needed for that, and we are asking to repurpose that because it is going to be extremely costly to replace that field. And then, in the same manner, in the last article there, we are asking to repurpose from fiscal year 2024, $60,000 from the parking lot resurfacing for Auburn High School and $40,000 for the scoreboards again, to put another $100,000 towards the replacement of that all-purpose field. In speaking with the athletic director as well as facilities director, the scoreboards are functional, but the field is getting to a place that needs, we only have one more year with that field to be able to utilize that for safety reasons. And he does feel that we could utilize part of the portion, that $60,000 portion from the resurfacing.
Because there's still some funding left in that line. We're not taking all the money for the parking lot resurfacing, so he'll still be able to he wants to do some sidewalk repairs, and he'll still have money to do that. And just to make a point that on that FY25 sheet that it's spelled out like this, there is $150,000 that is allocated to so in total, to replace that field, we're looking at between $600,000 and $700,000. So that's why we're trying to find wherever we can. I know in the past, the town has not encouraged us to move money from one school building to another, right, through the CIP. However, given that the Bryn Mawr parking lot project is complete, it seems to make sense that that would be money that we could put towards that. So again, it'll all be up to town meeting at the time, the special town meeting, but we seem to think that that makes sense so that we can get this work done.
Through the chair makes sense to me.
Sure. And then there's one more article on here, the second article down. So, as you know, we were very lucky to get fair share earmark money this past school year, and we were able to purchase Rocket 3, our passenger van. We have Rocket 1 and 2. Rocket 1 and 2 have been used quite a lot, and they are getting old. Rocket 1 is the only one with wheelchair accessibility. So we have applied again for fair share earmark money, and it looks like it hasn't been approved completely, but it looks like we should get around $70,000. But to replace the wheelchair accessible multifunction bus, we need $140,000. So we're requesting $70,000 from the town in order to do that. And just note that we do share the vehicles with the town as needed. Kristen Pappas will use them at times for the recreation department, and the police department has also used them to bring the veterans around recently. So we need
Need a little.
to replace it.
Yeah.
I know. That's good. We've put it, and it's at the point where we've put in, I want to say about $25,000 in repairs. So I know everybody that owns a vehicle, when does it get to the point where you can't, it's time to stop putting money into it and look at another option.
Absolutely.
So I would need a approval of these warrant articles.
So, Megan, just really quick through the chair. I'm just trying to make sure that I'm understanding the amount of money that we need for this field. So the 300,000 is what we're asking for. 150 we have
Correct.
To be repurposed, yep.
to be repurposed, and then another 100 that you're going to repurpose. So
And-
you,
And 150 that we already have in the 2025
Specifically for the field
for
already.
the field.
okay.
So that
Okay.
comes up to about $700,000.
It's $700,000. That's why I just
Yep.
wanted to make sure
Yep.
that my math was mathing.
Yep.
So
Yep.
that's,
Yep.
okay.
$700,000.
Okay.
I'll entertain that motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the school department warrants articles for the October 27th, 2026 fall town meeting as presented by the business manager.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
And this goes right along with it. It's just, I need a second approval. So the first was the warrant articles, and then you see the capital improvement plans. So this just lays out the repurposing. FY 2025, that particular one was there just for your reference in regards to that $300,000 that we needed to request. But in FY 24, I do need your vote on repurposing the $60,000 and the $40,000 from Auburn High School. And then in FY 2027, I need your vote to repurpose the $150,000 from Bryn Mawr to the high school field.
I'll entertain that motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the amended capital improvement budget for FY 2024 and FY 2027 as presented by the business manager.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. And we do not need
We do not need executive session.
I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
I will make a motion to adjourn Dr. Chamberlain's last meeting.
And I will second.
Do you want to?
I will third.
Hit that gavel.
Good night, everyone.